One of the things that I saw that has been discussed is that the health ministry has confirmed that there was a second M-Pox case at the Malaba border. I saw something. I saw such a news highlight coming out. I think about 20 minutes ago. There was according to the health ministry, there was a second case of the M-Pox somewhere in the Malaba border. Let me see if I can get you guys a bit of detail on that. Yes, here we go. Let's see. So the Ministry of Health has confirmed a second case of M-Pox at the Malaba one-stop border post in Busia County. Now, the Cabinet Secretary, Deborah Baraza, announced that the individual in question is a male truck driver with a history of traveling with a history of travel to the epicenter of the outbreak, that is DRC, exhibited notable symptoms of the communicable disease. Let me see if I can get a direct quote from the minister, the Cabinet Secretary. Here we go. Is what she says. She says the patient has been isolated and is under active management in one of our health facilities in Busia County. Active surveillance for suspected cases has been enhanced in the region and across all counties to ensure the spread of the disease is controlled. If you can remember, they had confirmed, supposedly they had confirmed the first case. I believe it was in Taita Taveta sometime in late July, if I believe. I think that if I'm not wrong, I think that was the first case that had been reported. So that is one of the things that I've seen on the news highlights coming out over the last hour. I also see something else that I wanted to highlight here that came out about earlier, and it's part of what we had discussed. I think we also had a discussion on the new university structure model. Yes, here we go. 127,591 university student loan applications processed. 12,000 complaints filed. That is according to the Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Ogamba. Let's see. All right, they say the government has processed 127,591 student loan applications and categorized them under 5 bands in the new controversial higher education funding model. Continued to say, he noted that so far 5.2 billion shillings has been released to the Higher Education Loans Board for tuition and upkeep loans. And out of these, 2.8 billion shillings has been released to the universities fund for scholarships. Right? And you can catch all this in different platforms across the X spaces. This was reported just about an hour ago as well. One more thing that I wanted to mention. Yes, here you go. High Court stops planned auction of public land grabbed from the Agricultural Training Center by the Hashi Energy Limited in Nakuru. I don't know if anyone is familiar with these stories. I'd love to hear anyone come to the speaker panel and maybe tell us if you're familiar with this particular story. Personally, I haven't followed it a lot, but I see the High Court has stopped the auction of this public land that was allegedly grabbed from the ATC by the Hashi government. Let's see, one more thing I wanted to put out. We have different things that are coming out just within the country. I saw one of the panels, yes, for the university funding. There's one more news I wanted to actually read. The university funding appeals. 12,000 students have lodged appeals for recategorization. I don't know if anyone is familiar with that. According to the reports that are going on right now, 12,000 students have lodged appeals for recategorization. And I believe this is part of the categorization that we're hearing, the 5 different categorizations that have been done with accordance to the money that has been released for these scholarships and for the funding. All right. So with those people that have been put, the 127,000 we are hearing and different, about 12,000 of them have actually raised concern in as far as being put in different categorizations. And nilikuwa nimesema on Tuesday, I don't have a lot of background in what the university funding model has been before. I've been reading about what they are putting out now and trying to familiarize myself with what was there before. But if anyone here could shed a bit more light on some of these highlights that are coming out now, then it would be great to hear. One more, I think there is a looming teachers' strike that is coming somewhere down the line. I think I saw this as well earlier. It says the NAT and Kupet is urging the teachers to stay away from schools. I think that one of the heads of I think it's NAT or Kupet, his name is something Karemi. Karemi says we'll withdraw our services from Monday midnight. Now, is that this coming Monday? Wait, are schools not supposed to open next week? Okay, so we shall fight any teacher trying to go to school. These are words from some of the leaders of the Kupet and the NAT. They have made it very clear. The strike is starting Monday midnight. So according to them, walimu ukipatikana pale shule unapigwa ile kitu ama unasalimiwa haraka sana. Alright? I don't know what you guys feel about it. I don't know. I believe they have the right. They have the right to be out in the streets and ask and demand for what is rightfully theirs. And I'm not saying anything against that. I guess it makes sense for them to work up at this time when schools are just about to be open. I mean, it may lay more impact. Maybe that's the strategy. Or is it a strategy just is supposed to create some awkwardness? Because remember, there's a lot going on. I just saw yesterday another report saying that with the M-Pox, the government is considering to close all government schools. Then a few days later, also, we now hear teachers are also considering to do a strike. I don't know, maybe I'm reading in too much into everything that's going on, but it would be good to hear what you guys think. Jeshiko, I see you on the listeners panel. Thank you very much for joining us as well. Naona Umwami pia ameingia huko chini. Na muona nani Kamau Codes. Asante Kamau for coming on. RJ Junior. Shukran sana for joining us. Na muona Morrison Ngare. And I also see Elena Getao. I also see Elena Getao. Thank you very, very much for joining us onto this space as well.